All right, superstar Mariah Carey continues her diss on another celebrity. This time, it's J-Lo. And NewsNation senior story editor Paula Froelich is here with the scoop. Paula, I also saw Mariah Carey on Jimmy Fallon, and he was asking her about pickleball. And she actually said she'd never heard of it. And then she sort of used like, well, I like pickles.
I mean, do we think that Mariah Carey in her 9-inch heels, and that's an exaggeration, but not by much, is going to be going out and pulling up a pickleball paddle? That's an N-O, no. No.
All right, so what's this about with her and J-Lo?
Oh, so Andy Cohen loves to stir the pot, and she goes on Watch What Happens Live because she's got this new album out. And he says, you once said, I don't know, when they said, what about Jennifer Lopez? She goes, I don't know her. And she still does. She's like, no, I don't. Jennifer Lopez, of course, had come out in the past and said, we've met many times. I don't know what she's talking about. But here's the deal. Mariah Carey had the worst year of her life in 2000. She finally split up from Sony record boss Tommy Mottola, who was very controlling and not nice. She finally got away from him. She got out of her Sony contract. She signed with Virgin Records, which was big at the time, for $80 million. She needed a big hit. So she spent a year working on what was going to be her big comeback album, Glitter. Tommy Mottola, the head of Sony, found out that she had sampled these songs and used Ja Rule, gave the sample and had Ja Rule work with Jennifer Lopez on her album I'm Real and forced it out ahead of Mariah's album, forcing Mariah back to the drawing board. And her album did eventually come out in November of 2001 after 9/11. It was a huge bomb. She blames Jennifer Lopez partially for really.
And decades later, they still haven't, put it to bed.
No, nor will she.
All right, well, another Hollywood couple bites the dust this week. Paula, Lori Loughlin and her husband have split after nearly 30 years of marriage. What happened?
Well, not necessarily biting the dust forever. So they have separated. There are no legal proceedings. It's been rough since they both, they were both caught up in that pay for admission scandal in college. And it's been rough since they both got out of jail. She spent 2 months, he spent 5. And, they were kicked out of their country club. They had to work back their reputations. It took her several years to get back on the Hallmark Channel and start acting again. And, they put their house up for sale for $20.5 million in February. And I think they both just needed a break. It's been a long time. And, jail changes a person, even if it's only for a couple months.
I still always think of her from being Aunt Becky from Full House. And I remember my favorite episode where she teaches Stephanie and DJ how to put on makeup. And she says, you're supposed to make it just look like you're not wearing any. And I thought, oh, when you're a little girl, you're like red lipstick everywhere. Paula, thank you so much. I love chatting with you. Great to see you.
You too.
Thanks.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.